I truly believe that right now is one of the best times to go out there and become a listing agent. This is the best time because, number one, because we already know that a bunch of people are going to come on the market very soon. And like talking about the summertime, probably July, August, there's going to be a lot of listings that hit the market. I want you guys to be ready for it. Number one. Number two, I know that you're prospecting. I know you're doing a lot of activities that we teach in the system and following the system. Therefore, you should also focus on what I would say one of the most important things in our business. I sent you guys a recording yesterday about the session itself. Barry, I'm going to actually share with you just one more time the screen and what I'm talking about. So this is happening next week. It's a virtual training, April 28th and April 29th, 2 days. They're going to start at 9 a.m. I guess they're going to probably finish it around 1 p.m. for lunchtime. So it's about 4 hours a day. And I don't think you want to miss that opportunity because this is not something that we're dealing with. And it's not something that we had a discussion on because it's more hands-on. So, and it takes, hours, just like you see here, you got 8, probably 9, 10 hours focused on handling objections and how to do that. So I don't think you guys should miss it. If if $125 is going to stand between you and getting success in your business, then you shouldn't be in the business in the first place. That's my opinion. So I recommend you to go ahead and register yourself to do that. And I'm actually going to play for you a little bit of a recording that's also very important for you to hear. So let's just listen to that for a few minutes.
Everyone on this call needs to understand this. You're getting objections for a reason. Okay. Now, Mike Ferry said something to me years ago. He says, Ron, would you like to change the responses you're getting from the public and from your potential customers? Because they're saying, I want to wait. I want to think it over. I have a friend in the business, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I want to change the response. I want more yeses. And Mike said to me in a very straightforward voice, he says, then change what you say so you can change the response you're getting. And then it occurred to me at that point that I was really creating all the objections that I was receiving. And I just thought it was their fault, the sellers. I didn't realize I was setting myself up for that. But once I learned it, then I could learn how to avoid it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. In fact,
yeah. Okay, good.
I talked to actually I was talking to a child psychologist, was his profession. And he said, if you want to stop the dumb responses your kids give you, then ask better questions, right?
Right, or do a different behavior. Yeah, good for you.
Exactly. So,
all right, so the way I want to start off today, we're going to work on objection handling. I'm going to teach you some skills. I'm going to teach you some ways to go about it so that you feel confident, you feel better, and then, maybe you'll go out and attack your prospecting with a different level of enthusiasm, okay? So here.
All right, you're going to be spending 2 days with this guy, and he's super sharp. He's the #1 coach in the Mike Ferry organization, obviously, in addition to Mike. You don't want to miss this event. And that's it. Register yourself and get yourself prepared for what's upcoming. I believe that this summer, if you're going to do the right stuff and prepare yourself and be ready with your skills, which you should probably practice, we're talking right now, you got at least another week of April. Then you got May, June, July. You got about 2.5, 3 months to prepare yourself for what's upcoming. I believe there's going to be massive amounts of listings hitting the market after the COVID-19. When it starts to slow down, a lot of people want to go back on the market, which I always told you. I said, if you can list a property, list it right now. People should put their home on the market right now because in July and August, there's going to be a huge pool of listings hitting the market, which is going to create, obviously, supply and demand. There's going to be a lot of supply. And as banks are tightening up the belt and people are losing jobs and businesses are closing, there's going to be less buyers. There's still going to be buyers purchasing, but there's going to be less buyers purchasing and a lot more inventory. Right now, we had an lack of inventory for the last couple of years. So it's going to be a new style, a new market, new behaviors need to be acquired. And you guys need to be ready for it. So I believe if you're going to focus on getting listings, you will start right now shifting your mindset, spend less time and less focus on buyers. So if you did 50-50, you know, with your time management, 50% buyers, 50% sellers, you should spend more time with sellers in this time right now. And obviously going forward, the more listings you get, the more buyers are going to contact you. So you don't need to worry about buyers leads. You don't need to purchase buyers leads. Those should come to you naturally when you get listings. That's how the business is behaving. And it's always been behaving this way. It doesn't matter how much technology is going to pour into our business. The business is always going to be about making contacts, prospecting, doing lead follow-up, conversing, handling objections, booking appointments, doing listing presentations, and negotiating contracts. That's what the business is all about. That's what the business is all about for top producers who make money. So putting that aside, let's go back into our daily topic, which is goal settings. Now, if you don't have a target in front of you, what happens to you is, number one, you get discouraged very quickly. You quit on the way, because if the way is too far, if you don't have small goals and small targets you're trying to achieve, for example, daily contacts. If you don't say, I need to contact 30 people every day because I want to get 30 listings this year. If you're not focusing, okay, 30 is my number and I got to hit this number and then I can do whatever else needs to be done, but I'm going to hit that's my target, my goal. My goal, you need daily goals in order to hit your annual goals. If you have a 1-year goals, 3-year goals, 5-year goals, like we spoke about back in October, November, you know, you put together a plan for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years. In order to achieve these goals, you need to break it down to daily goals. And daily goals is what it's all about. This is what the session is all about. So let's talk about daily goals. Now, an agent wants to get 30 listings. Need to do at least minimum 30 contacts per day, 6 days a week. And you got to do that consistently. So if you do one day 30, another day 12, another day you do 28, another day you do 15, then you do 30, and then you do 15, and then it's not 30 a day. 30 every day. You don't need to do 40 and then 20. You need to do 30 every day. And the consistency of doing 30 every day is what you need to start building, which is really a behavior. It's a behavior that you need to start acquiring. It's a new habit. And when you want to have new habits, you can't do, you know, different things. You have to do the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes a habit. 30 contacts a day, 30 listings a year. You can do a lot more than that when you're really adding on top of that some mailings, on top of it, you know, other lead generating activities in addition to prospecting. But prospecting is the core, it's the foundation, it's where you're going to actually book appointments, make money. And you really don't need to have money in order to make money in our business if you are prospecting. If you're willing to actually go out and call a feasible, or an expired listing, or an investor, or for rent by owner, or a friend of a friend, or a referral you just received, or past clients, or your best friends, or someone in your family. If you don't care about calling people, because you know that that's the only way to make money in our business, then you're going to get appointments, you're going to get leads, and hopefully you're going to get listings out of that. But you need to sharpen the skills in the meantime. So goals are basically roads. Goals are roads on a map. And that's how you're going to start going from point A to point B. If you're point A, you know, if last year or in the last 12 months, you've closed 8 deals and you want to go to 30, you got to look at what you did in order to get 8 deals. And then obviously whatever made you 8 is not what's going to make you 30. So you got to make some adjustments and changes. So let's open up the mic and you guys tell me what's your goal for the year, how many listings sold you want to have by in the next 12 months. Not to talk about this year because of COVID, you know, everything slowed down. I understand all that stuff, but I don't use excuses in my business. Actually, right now, doing a lot more volume as far as lead generation and talking to agents and recruiting and all that stuff. And I do a lot more than I did 2 months ago because that's what it requires. Right now, there's an opportunity. People are actually sitting home and I can contact them. So I see it as an opportunity actually to make more. We should make more. We should have more appointments set. We should have more follow-up calls. We should have more hours and contacting more people right now. So if we look 12 months ahead right now, okay, I don't like to always do January to January. Right now, we're looking at, let's say from May of 2020 to May 2021, how many closings do you want to have from listings? And then that's your yearly goal. Break it down to daily goals. Tell me what's your daily goals look like.
I want to have 40 plus list deals closed.
Okay, so 40 deals. And how many of those are
Plus,
going to come from listings?
I'll say like 25 or yeah, 25, 30.
Well, this is so as you can listen to you yourself, you can see that you don't have a target. You have a picture with view, but there's no target on the picture. When you say 25, 30, 35, it means that number one, you don't know how many listings sold you're going to have out of the 40 deals you're going to do. But you can say and make a determination of how many of them are going to be. And once you make a determination, that's what you're going to go after.
Okay.
So I can tell you that at least 70% of your business should come from listings sold. So if you want to close 40, you need to have 28 listings sold and about 12 buyers transactions. Now, if you don't want to do that, if you want to do more listings, you can go to 80%, which will then put you at about 32 listings sold, which means you need to do between 28 and 32 daily contacts, which really comes down to 30, which is what I see that you are posting on the group, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so your goal is really 30 every day, right? 30 contacts.
Well, I was before I was doing, my goal was 40, 45. Yeah. Actually, if I go back to my written goals is 50 plus the close deals that I want to do.
Okay, so why did you reduce your goal?
I don't know, laziness.
Laziness?
Maybe
So
you could be.
10
Maybe you.
closings, it means $70,000 more or less. So you're just leaving 70 grand on the table because you're lazy?
No, I'm not lazy. 50 plus it was my target.
Right. So 50 is when 50 is your target, and that's a goal. The goal has to be connected to something that you really want to achieve that has meaning. If it doesn't have meaning, you jump from 50 to 40 very quickly.
Right. So,
Which means that 50 from the beginning was not really a goal that you connected to many other small goals that you want to achieve. For example, I want to make $250,000 this year. Here is why, and I make a whole list of stuff that each one of those things on my list is extremely important to me. And that's when you are doing everything in your power to achieve it, because each and every one of the small goals are very important to you. Now, the majority of people write down, I want to make 250,000. They don't connect the 250 to different small goals that they really wish to achieve, and they give reasons for it, and they know why they want to do that. And that's the exercise. So it's good that we're talking about it right now. So you need to know what are the goals that you really want to achieve, and you need to know why. The why is the most important thing. Writing goals is step number one. Step number two is asking, why do I want that? And that's the homework. So the homework is you got to write down the goals that you really want to achieve in the next 12 months. We're not going to talk about 2020. We're going to talk about May 2020 to the end of April 2021. And your goal that you're setting up, you're going to have income goal for the year, say 250 as an example. And then you got to break down the 250 and tell me why do you want 250 and what it means to you. And you need to make a big list. It's not enough that you write down, I want to pay 30,000 loan and I want to buy a new car and I want to move myself to another place. And that's it. Because it's not. You have a lot of small stuff, little details that you really like. For example, in your daily routine, there are things that are missing in your lifestyle. There are things that are missing in your family, things that are missing in your physical body. I'm talking about spiritually. When you write goals, you got to write goals in all areas of life, spiritually, mentally, financially, physically, business, all across the board. And you got to write these goals down. For example, if I go to a gym and I don't like the gym, I want to go to a more expensive gym, more exclusive gym, maybe, sign up for a country club or whatever the story is, that's going to cost more money. So that's the money that I need for that. And then, I don't want to drive the car anymore because it gives me back problems and I don't want to have back problems, so I want to buy this next car. And so you're putting in all these different things on the board and you're looking at them and you need to really feel that these are meaningful goals. Now, remember we spoke about before many times about moving away from pain towards pleasure. If you're a moving away from pain kind of a person and you're setting goals that are pleasurable, in most cases, you're not going to reach those goals because they're not meaningful. Meaningful for you means moving away from pain. So you got to start thinking about what you don't like about your life, write it down, what you don't like, a list of the things you don't like and you wish to change. And that list of things that you want to change will give you an idea about what are the real goals that you're trying to achieve. So what is it that I don't want equals what I want. So I don't want to live in this house anymore equals I want to move to this house. That's how much it costs. That's what I need for down payment. That's what I need for monthly payments. That's how my income needs to be. I need to improve my credit score, whatever the story is. And then I don't, this car is giving me back problems. Great. What does that mean? I want to move away from this car. What does that mean? I need to buy a new car. Which car do you want to buy? I want to buy this one. Why do you want to buy this one? Because I like it. Why do you like it? Because it's comfortable. Okay, great. And then what? Then I'm going to feel more comfortable when I drive around doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Great. So how much is the car going to cost you? And what do you need in order to achieve that car? And then you go to another one. So you start going through, piece by piece. You start piecing out all of those little details. That's how you build a goals list. And that's how you start achieving these little tiny goals. You're achieving these tiny goals by knowing what you don't want in your life, and then obviously what it is that you need to replace that with. And that's how you build the goals list. So the homework is, first of all, I'll repeat, from May 2020 to the end of April 2021, 12 months, write down goals that you wish to achieve. These are things that you want to achieve. For example, things you want to do, things you want to have, and things you want to be or become. And then you write them down in all 5 areas of life: spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and then business. Financially and business are 2 different things. Financially, maybe you want to, save $50,000 and put them in the stock market, and maybe you want to purchase a 2-family house and have some sort of return. Your business is, what do you want to happen in your business? I want to get 40 listings. I want to get 50 listings. I want to do this. I want to do that. All that stuff. You got to write goals in all 5 areas of life. Write them down.
What are the 5 again? I'm missing one.
What?
What are those 5 again?
The 5 areas you got: spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and business. And now if you want to continue, you can write down goals, family goals. What do you want, for your family? That can be a 6th area. And you can add more if you want, but the 5 are the most important for what we're doing, the work we're doing here. All right, so you got to write these goals down. And again, when you're thinking about what you want, sometimes people don't know what they want. So write down what you don't want. Like, I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to be with, this kind of friends anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to do this. Write the stuff that you don't want. Then you know what you do want, because whatever it is that you don't want shows you what you want. And so if you move away from pain, you're going to write stuff about pain. If you move towards pleasure, you're going to write down pleasurable things that you wish to achieve. But the majority of people move away from pain. Okay, so that's on goals. That's what you need to do. And you need to understand that once you write the goal down and you have goals, the goals are the map, how to go from point A to point B, from point B to point C. You can start climbing up the goals. And we're going to start holding you accountable going forward. We're going to do stuff a little bit different, more accountability, more seriousness, no flaking out. One time, yes, one time you don't show up. One Tuesday you do, one Tuesday you don't, 3 Tuesdays you don't do your homework, you don't show up on time to your coaching call, and all these different things that are happening consistently. And hold on a second, 1 second. So any questions about that? Let's open up some questions. All right. So, Lisette, we spoke about your daily contact goals. What other goals do you have on a daily that you're looking at? Things you need to achieve on a daily?
Master my schedule. Like, I want to follow a very specific schedule, like waking up a certain time, praying, reading the Bible, working out, and before I start to work, that's in the morning. So I was having difficulties waking up early, and I made some adjustments, and I'm trying to implement that now. Because if I don't work out in the morning, then I won't work out during the day.
Let me show you something. What time do you want to wake up?
Ideally at 5:30.
Okay, so we need to start removing things. When you were setting up goals, we're hitting targets. So the target has to be measurable, specific, realistic.
Okay.
So waking up at 5:30, that's a goal, guys. That's a goal. I have a goal. I want to wake up at 5:30. That's a goal. So you got one goal is waking up at 5:30. Next.
Losing weight. I mean, working out.
All right. So you want to work out, and how many times a week?
I would like to do five days a week.
All right. And what's the goal?
To lose weight and for health.
Great. So losing weight, you need to know how much weight you want to lose. You want to give yourself time frame to do that. That's a goal. The goal is I want to lose this much. Therefore, I got to work out 5 days a week. Working 5 days a week is how you achieve the goal, which is losing weight and feeling better, healthier. Waking up at 5:30 is a goal. You know, it's a goal. I want to wake up at 5:30 every morning. That's my goal. My goal is to wake up at 5:30 every morning. What is that going to cause your life is a different question, because waking up at 5:30 can help you achieve many other goals, but that's by itself a goal. You know, and you need to start hitting that goal, hitting this target. Next, what else do you want? Waking up at 5:30, working out 5 days a week. What else?
Besides the business wise, you said?
Or everything.
Okay. Well, I like to buy 2 multifamily house this year.
Okay, you're talking about buying two family house is a goal, but it's not a daily goal.
Okay.
So buying 2 family house this year, or buying a 2 family house by April 30th of 2021, that's a goal. But then you got to break it down. You have to break that down. How much money do you need in order to do that?
Okay.
So if you say I need 100,000, then you need 100,000 just for that this year, which translate into about 15 deals, say, or 10 deals. Well, on 10 deals, you got about 70. So that's about 15 deals. So let's say about 13 deals that you need to do. 13 deals break down into about 1 deal per month, a little bit more than a deal a month, which means about 2 listings, because half of the listings you're going to get will probably expire. Then you got to say to yourself, I need 2 listings a month. That's just for my 2 family house that I'm purchasing as an investment. That's not including the other stuff. So if I want to get 2 listings a month, how many contacts do I need to make? And that's your daily goal. I need to make 12 contacts a day in order to get my 2 family house. So now you're connecting 12 contacts. When you hit your first 12 contacts every day, you say, great, I got my 2 family house. Now let me go get my car. That's another 8 contacts. You got 8 contacts. Now you get your car. And that's how you start working on your schedule. Everything you do has to be connected to something you really want. And you want it because you're moving away from pain, or you're moving towards pleasure, whatever the reason is. but that's why you want it. That's what needs to be done. So you're going to take your yearly goals, your 5-year goal, 10-year goal, etc., and you're going to break it down into what do I need to do tomorrow morning? What do I need to do this morning? What has to happen on my schedule? What my life should look like? What are the things and commitments and responsibilities, etc., etc. And then you want to have your daily goals. Daily goals are easy to track. And then you start tracking your goals and you start tracking your activities and tracking your results. And that's really coaching. That's the accountability. This is that's the next level of coaching. So the majority of people in the program, you know, that take it seriously, when it comes down to, it's all about measuring your results and measuring your activities. If you're doing enough activities, but you don't get results, we know that there is an issue with your skills. Then we start working on your skills. We're plugging in more role play sessions, chanting out loud, memorizing, internalizing, etc. And as we go along, guys, this is a journey. It's not something that you do and you're done. It's a journey. It's always going to be, because you're moving from 50,000 income to 100, 150, 200, 250, 500. If you want to keep climbing the stairs and go from point A to point B, from point B to point C, if you want to continue to do that and grow and expand yourself and improve your lifestyle and do everything else you wish to achieve, then you have to pay attention to your daily goals. And you have to start achieving these goals. You have to start hitting targets, not just setting targets, but hitting targets. So if your goal is to get an appointment for, 30 contacts equals 1 listing appointment as an example, and you need 2 listing appointments every week in order to purchase your 2-family house, then you need to know, okay, I need 60 contacts just for that. Now I also need other things. Let me go get, and then you really put it together like, okay, here's how you take control of your life. When you get your real estate license, you have license to make money. But the majority of people are not making money in real estate, which means they're not using their license the right way. They're using the license to do something else other than money. Because many of them, all across the board in the United States, the average per person productivity, what they call PPP, is about 4 deals a year. So if you take 7,000, average commission in your pocket, times 4 is 28,000. What can you do with 28 grand? All right. If you need to do 10 times more than that, then you need 10 times more business, which means 40 closings. So if you do 40 closings, you could make over $250,000 a year. Now, is that a strong goal, which will cause you then to do 40 contacts no matter what, 6 days a week? Because you control your business by making contacts. That's how you control your business, by making contacts. It's all about the contacts. That's the top of the funnel. The top of the funnel is contacting people. Then it goes down with the next step in the funnel is follow-up. The next step in the funnel is pre-qualifying these leads and appointments. The next step in the funnel is doing the actual appointment, if it's a listing appointment or a buyer's exclusive presentation. And then you go to the next step. Now you got the exclusive. Now you need to sell the property. So you need to negotiate contracts. And then you go to closing. So that's the funnel. What needs to go in the top of the funnel in order for you to get what you want from the bottom. So you're looking, when you're setting goals, the goals is actually the bottom of the funnel. And you need to know what is needed to put in the top of the funnel in order to achieve it. But you would not go anywhere if you don't have goals. And by the way, another goal can be, I want to memorize, internalize the listing presentation. I want to memorize, internalize all the objection handlers. Guys, if you don't know how to handle objections, trust me, you're not going to do business. So handling objections is by far the highest level of importance when you're thinking about building skills. You really need to understand how to do it. And I told you, one of the best ways to actually go get it is by registering yourself. So with no hesitation, go on mikeferry.com, click on events, and then click on handling objection here on the left, April 28 and 29, register yourself. And next week, that's what you should be doing on Tuesday and Wednesday. And trust me, you're going to pick up something from this that's going to make you probably 300 times the $125 that you invested. So if you like high return on investment, trust me, that's going to be the one. Questions?